Loads of people tell me I've got the toughest job in town. There's the naming lights. That's me, stand-up comedian, Rhod Gilbert. I've done this venue before, but it terrifies me every time.
In about 2 hours, there's going to be just shy of 4,000 people in here.
Fresco dining in Cardiff. They're having a laugh on me. I tried to have a Twix at a bus stop in Wales a few years ago. It was too wet to eat.
I reckon I'd find a proper job far harder. So I've got 3 days to train to be a hairdresser. It's a laugh.
So I've come to Carmarthen, my hometown, for the first day of my basic training to be a hairdresser, stroke beauty therapist. When I was growing up, some of my friends would come to the trendier salons and have their hair cut. They'd be in there for 4 hours. I'm not good at one-to-one sort of interaction with the public, and hairdresser's about as one-to-one as you can get. It's not really my scene, to be honest with you. Like, on your feet all day, I'm not looking forward to that. I'm a stand-up comedian, but I only stand up for a couple of hours a day. This is it. This is the salon here on our right. It's a trendy one.
This is the glitzy world of Andrew Price. I'm out of my comfort zone. This is dogs in handbags territory. Andrew's my mentor. He's going to turn this scraggy stand-up comedian into a cutting-edge hairstylist.
This is the cutting area and the colouring area. Juice bar here for all the refreshments for the clients.
Juice bar? Do people really need that these days?
It's kind of 50% about the haircut and 50% about the experience and the visit. This is a centre where we train all our own staff and just get them salon ready, really. You know?
Salon ready. Is that what you're going to do with me? Get me
You're going to be
salon
salon ready by Tuesday.
What day is it today?
Friday. So hold those how you'd hold them normally. That's the change. You use that finger there, and you work the thumb.
Thumb.
Andrew shows me how to use a scissors and comb, but in a way that assumes I have one hoof instead of 2 human hands.
The scissors, they become obsolete, so
they become obsolete.
That's it.
Obsolete.
Comb in.
Comb. This is hard.
And the pressure's on Tuesday because you've got a real live model, and in the 2 weeks after that, she's got 6 functions to attend.
6 functions? What kind of functions are they?
You know, because it's Christmas and so on.
Is she going to the when hairdressing goes wrong function?
Possibly.
She's literally going to look like a Chinese lantern.
I haven't been to a hairdresser for 20 years, so before I could give anyone else the salon experience, I have to experience the experience.
What we're going to do now, Rhod, is going to go through a process which everybody goes through when they go to a hairdresser's. Emily, who I can introduce now, will be taking you onto the backwash, and you'll have your hair shampooed. Technically, it should be really relaxing. It's quite intimate, it's quite personal.
You're saying it's relaxing and personal and intimate, and I don't like people being in my personal space. Yeah. I don't like people rubbing my head and touching me and chatting, and if I do lash out, just bob and weave and...
Okay,
yeah?
I'll try.
That's cool.
Put your arms up for me.
It's all coming back to me now.
This little problem is why I haven't been to a hairdresser for so long. I'd rather shout, "Look at my plums," at a passing vicar than have my personal space invaded like this.
See, I always think, whenever I used to go to the hairdressers, whenever they went round the back there, I always used to think they were laughing at me. I don't do the chatting thing. That's why I don't go to hairdressers. I can't do all the chatty thing. I like my personal space. You must get sick of all that banter, don't you? All that pointless chit-chat. What's your banter?
Well, just sort of, how's it going? Sort of thing, you know?
Go on, try it out on me now.
You doing much this weekend?
Shut up, leave me alone. It comes naturally to you, doesn't it? All this kind of politeness and courtesy and looking after the customer care aspect, which I think I might struggle with a bit.
Just pretend like you're on a stage and you're acting the part.
Right. Act the part.
Yeah, act the part.
Hello.
Yeah, there we go.
See, my voice automatic.
Hello.
Sit down. What's the wall like? Is it warm? No, that's not right either.
No.
I'm Rhod. Can I help you?
Hello.
Would you like to take a seat? How's that? Is the water warming up?
I'd experienced the experience. Now I had to know a semi-permanent demi from an asymmetric bob.
This is the education centre. This is just some of the textbooks.
Education centre, Andrew?
Well, it's academy.
It's 4 shelves.
No, I mean this. This is all just for training.
That is a classic cut.
They are classic.
Look at that. That never dates, does it? That. She's having one of them on Tuesday.
Look at these. The wedge, 1974. Do you think there'll ever be a cut in hair the Rhod Gilbert way? Pictures of mutilated body parts, fingers and ears on floors, pools of blood, women crying.
Yes.
Tell me about some of these bits and bobs. Some of the things I recognise: combs, hairdryers, scissors. What the hell is this?
Climber zone, it's called. It helps process colour.
I assumed it was a mind control device where you botched it, you could just stick them in there and they'd forget where they had their haircut. What else have we got?
This is the reception area. This is where we do the training for the receptionists.
Role playing.
Role playing all the time, yeah. It works.
Should we have a go?
Yeah, let's have a go. Gotta make an appointment, please.
Try it again. Come in again.
Yes.
Busy. I'm very busy.
No.
Oh, God, how are we going to cut all this bloody hair?
Excuse me, could I make an appointment, please?
You're having a laugh. See how busy we are. I can do you one with Peter. He's our top stylist. He's very good.
Yeah, how much would that be?
£9.
With customer care sorted, I couldn't put off actually cutting the stuff much longer. My first customers looked like the wags table at Henry VIII's retirement do.
What I'd like to do now, we'll get another block out and we'll just let you do some hair cutting.
Who did her eyebrows? They're terrible. She looks like Alistair Darling.
This is the big part of hairdressing. Now, if you really screw it up and take too much off, it takes a long time to grow back. I would simply pick that up, nice and taut and nice and straight. There's your line, bang.
Yeah. Not easy. It's so much harder than it looks.
Isn't it? Yes.
How long would it normally take to train somebody to do this?
16 months, whether you're shampooing
16
it, blowing...
months?
Yeah, you really are in at the deep end. We need to bring that down, go straight into that, bang.
Yeah.
We're going to continue that bob line round. So this section...
This is the bit she can see. This is important.
Yeah, this is important. Yeah. And this is where we start to involve the ears.
Right, presumably you don't want to involve the ears too much.
Not too much, yeah.
This was only a rubber head, but I was already feeling the pressure. And the scissors were real.
Just try and cut it and watch your finger.
That is a peril of the job. Industrial injury #1. See, you get these programmes like Deadliest Catch and all that kind of thing, but this is up there. It looks really simple when Andrew does it. He pulls it down, there's a lovely line. When I do it, I can't see the line underneath, I'm basically just guessing. Andrew said that I'm not a million miles off. He's trying to be very reassuring and positive. Only I guess when you're talking about somebody's hair, a million miles off is quite a long way. Have you seen anything in me today that suggests that I could be
a receptionist?
A great hairdresser. Receptionist.
We'll keep that question open until Monday.
But that's where it ends.
Yeah. Right then, Rhod, I've got some homework for you to do over the weekend.
Righto.
There's your scissors and comb.
Oh, my very own. Can I keep them?
Very own, yeah. That's your lovely lady to take home with you for the weekend.
Sort of looking forward to it.
Yeah. See you on Monday. Have a good weekend.
Cheers.
Good luck.
Basically, that's the end of day one. The task ahead now is a fairly mammoth task. I've got the weekend to sort of practice on my own, to get to know this little one. And it does feel vaguely sinister, to be honest, to have your finger up a lady's neck. I'll come in Monday, one more day, and then we get to work on a real head. It's very exciting. Come on.
At home, Mrs. Head and I developed a strange rapport. As I practiced on her luxurious locks, we chatted about everything and nothing. I told her I was hopeless with intimacy. She told me she wasn't much copping goal. Next morning, we got up early and took the sea air. Inspired by the surroundings, I mastered the ancient hairdressing art of thumb, thumb, thumb.
Thumb, 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 thumb.
For day 2 of my training, I was transferred to Andrew's other beauty salon in Swansea. As Mrs. Head didn't drive, I gave her a lift to work.
All right.
Brought your homework with you?
Yeah.
Right, Rhod, this is a place called Defy Time.
No, this feels nice and relaxing.
It's lovely.
Right.
It's a medical spa.
Smashing. Quite ambitious, Defy Time.
Yeah.
Andrew rubbished my homework. I couldn't help feeling that Mrs. Head and I had let pleasure get in the way of business.
Probably shouldn't have been drinking red wine as I was cutting it. She wanted one when she came in, so I thought it's rude not to join her, isn't it?
Sections have gone like that.
Yeah.
So it's come up.
So all that's wrong with it is it's completely wrong and back to front.
Yeah.
If this was brain surgery, I've put the brain back on the outside, haven't I?
Kind of, yeah.
I'd completely ruined Mrs. Head's head. Maybe I'd be better on other parts of the body. I met Katie, Andrew's chief beauty therapist, to find out.
You.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Shall we,
She's more interested in the spa treatment than I am, I think.
She needs it.
She's coming for a foot massage.
We're going to start today with a body wrap.
Is this quite an intimate treatment? I'm just not a personal space type.
If a therapist does have a problem like that, they can pick and choose what treatments they do when they do their training.
Let's go through the bits and I'll tell you whether I want to do them.
OK, feet.
Don't like them.
Legs.
No.
Chest.
Depends.
On whose it is.
Yeah.
Arms?
I'll do the elbow up.
Shoulders?
I can touch shoulder.
Head?
Don't like anybody touching my face.
What about touching someone else's, though?
Not really.
No? Let's get going.
Can I take the scissors in case it gets nasty?
It is something you're going to have to get over.
As always, before I could treat someone else, I had to go first. I was dreading it. And God knows how Mrs. Head was going to react when she saw me being fondled by a stranger.
They've made me take my clothes off and give me this skimpy little robe. Somebody's going to come in and invade my personal space any second. They're going to rub things on me and wrap me in bandages and get toxins out, and God knows what toxins are going to come out of it.
This is Karen.
Hi.
Who's one of our therapists here.
First part of the treatment is we do an exfoliation, skin removal. So how are you feeling at the moment? You feeling okay?
Vulnerable.
Yes. So if you just lift up one leg and we just...
My jealous rubber partner must have been turning on her clamp as things got way too close for comfort.
That exfoliation thing was to get rid of dead skin, I'm guessing. It felt like being licked by a massive cat.
Apparently, I didn't need skin, so they took it off and replaced it with mucus and bandages, all in the name of weight loss and toxin removal.
Am I the hairiest person you've ever done?
No.
Really? You don't get hairier than this?
I do.
Or do you do it like an animal service as well?
Not yet.
You're not?
We need to use these to sculpt the body. Just as we're going around the leg now, I just need you to do a little bit of cuppage on your manly bits.
Is it to lift them up or tuck them down or move to the left or
no,
right? No,
just gently cup them and lift them.
Just gently cup and lift?
Yes.
Okay, both of them?
Thank you very much. Just stop the cuppage.
Right. Do you feel awkward about the intimacy part?
No.
You don't feel self-conscious and a bit shy and a bit weird?
No.
Gunked and wrapped, I had 40 minutes on a hotbed to shed some weight and toxins. Hopefully when I left this place, I'd feel 10 years younger.
It's quite tight, there's quite a lot of pressure on me. I feel like Bryn Terfel has climbed on top of me. Oh, Bryn.
Hello there.
Hello.
How are you feeling? Warm enough? How do you feel about now doing this on somebody else?
I suppose as long as it's a woman.
It is a woman.
So
you'll be okay.
Not much cuppage to be done.
No.
I was relieved there'd be no cuppage of manly bits, but I'd temporarily forgotten that women have bits too. And at first glance, my client's bits were a lot bigger than any testicles I'd cupped.
I'd like to step this way.
Thank you.
Don't worry. He'll be very good, but he is a rapt virgin. If you need anything...
Don't stop looking at me like that! Get back.
No, children.
Sorry, yeah, is that the wrong approach?
Yes, it's slightly wrong. Right, so...
Right, come on, get your kit off. I'm gonna rub you down with an exfoliator glove thing that'll feel like you're getting licked by a massive cat. That'll get the worst of the pubic hair off your legs. And then we put this green stuff. It's what's it called?
Algae gel.
Yeah, then I'll be rubbing algae gel onto you.
Okay.
In those areas.
So if you want to strip off to your bikini and just put the robe on, and we'll leave you to do that.
I'll just...
You right?
Is this right?
Feel the fear and do
You've just
it
got some
anyway.
washing up I can do. Am I getting too close to...
You're fine.
Am I?
I wish there was a yellow line. It's so much easier on the tube. Sorry, I just got to...
Okay, what's next?
Rub it like you mean it, and over the buttock, the six
Pretending I'm doing a chicken. So you're lucky I don't stuff half a lemon in you in a minute.
Oh, God. Turn away, Mrs. Ed.
Be careful where your hand placement is.
Oh, right, it's just like roasting a chicken, that's all it is.
Step 2, make Julia look like an accident-prone window cleaner.
I go through
The
there.
leg once.
See?
I said we're doing the boob lift.
I'm not expecting to lift those on my own.
Yes.
I've got a bad back. Am I trying to lift this?
Yes.
I think we're going to need a bigger butt.
Over the shoulder.
Over the shoulder, right, here we go. Is that tight? Too tight? Not tight enough? That's fine, is it? It's very different to stand up, this.
Is it? How?
It's in every way possible. You don't get to grope women, you very rarely rub people's pubes off. Right. Don't move.
Okay.
Basically, the bed is heated. The heat will start coming up through. I'm happy. Nobody's dead.
I left Julia simmering gently on gas mark 4 and moved on to the I Look a Bit of a Burke suite, also known as the spray tan room.
Hello. Hello, Stephanie, Rhod. Nice to meet you.
I'm going to be doing a spray tan on you first, to be nice and brown.
Before I can spray anyone, I have to experience it myself, obviously, so that I understand what the customer's going through. I'm ready.
Right then, let's go. If you step into the tent, yeah, so we put on gloves first.
I feel a bit odd with the young lady putting on rubber gloves in a kind of semi-threatening way. I feel like somebody in customs basically is about to get searched.
These are to stick on the bottom of your feet.
What's this?
It's barrier cream. Put it on your hands, your knees and around your ankles and your feet because the skin's a bit different there. Put it on the elbow, yeah. A hairnet.
In terms of skin tone, is there anybody out there that you
Who's that bloke that used to do supermarket sweep?
Dale Winton.
When you close your eyes, it's like standing on a beach and having the spray hitting the rocks and coming at you, except if the sea was made of pledge.
It'll get darker as time goes on, yeah. Yeah.
Can I have a look in the mirror? Wow. Yeah, no, I definitely am tanned. And this is the lowest one?
Yeah, that's the lowest one. This is the 8%.
8%, and
yes.
It goes up to?
13.5.
When do I start looking stupid?
I think you'll love it. I think you'll be converted.
With me looking like a man who'd been welding all day without a mask, it was time to meet my next victim.
It's Alicia.
Hello, nice to meet you. Rhod, how you doing?
I'm right. I'm a bit cold.
Are you? Are you a bit nervous? Relax. Everything will be fine. Ready? Yeah. Just rub some into your hands, all over in the cracks of your hands first. This is a barrier cream.
Alicia was in safe hands. I had loads of experience. I'd sprayed cars, greenfly, not to mention my old man's fence.
Ready? Oh no! Oh no! No! It's fine, it's absolutely fine.
What you can do now, okay? Yeah. And then stab.
Oh,
yeah, and then stab down. Perfect. Oh my God. Scoop it round. No, not around the
It's Neapolitan.
Oh my God. That's like that.
Keep your eyes closed. I'm out of here. Keep your eyes closed.
I didn't know it could go so wrong.
I'm sorry. I did a runner.
It's not too bad.
If I did my father's fence that badly, he'd be really angry. Oh shit, I'd forgotten about Julia. She was supposed to have 45 minutes. I think she's had at least 2 hours. Are you all right? I'd level it. I've forgotten about you. I've been doing spray tans. Is that still heating her?
Oh yes.
Is it?
Oh yes.
Well, you might have lost a bit of weight. Let's get you up. Oh God, I can feel the heat coming off you. It's like a barbecue. Come on, come off. Are you all right? I thought somebody else would have come and got you.
Really?
Yeah. I wouldn't describe today as a total success. Did that body gunk drap thing, but I left somebody under for 2.5 hours. The spray tanning wasn't a total success either. The hairdressing is the challenge. Spent an hour on Sunday night practicing on Mrs. Head. She didn't make a fuss at all. I'm sure whoever's hair I cut tomorrow won't be quite as forgiving. The pressure is on a little bit tomorrow to try not to make her look too much of an arse.
Before I went home, Andrew sat me down and laid it on the line ahead of the real challenge.
Tomorrow's the big day. We've got a real model. You know, haircuts can make and break people.
I can make it look quite professional. I could do the lean. You know, the hairdressers lead, pretend I know what I'm doing. They immediately probably think senior stylist.
Yeah, I would think so. Yeah.
I've got the tan, I'll have the black clothes. The problem comes when I get hair in front of me.
Well, we'll do our best to get over that.
Yeah.
As I say, I can't stress how important this look is for this young lady. We'll nail it and we'll get you...
Salon ready.
Yeah, set, yeah. So tomorrow's a caring day.
Right.
It's a hair day with care.
Yeah.
I think.
Hair day with care. OK. Yeah. I'm going to have to learn to care by tomorrow.
Yeah.
With all this pressure weighing heavily on my mind, I needed to relax with friends. So I took Mrs. Head home again, although I regretted it the next morning.
Morning.
Morning, Rhod.
How you doing?
I've been better, Yeah, we had 3 hours for the morning session. You're an hour and 10 minutes late, so we've got an hour and 50 minutes now instead of 3 hours to get you salon ready.
I blame this one.
Do you?
Yeah. She kept me up all night.
Well, we'll go upstairs and get on with the job.
Lucky I'm here at all. You shouldn't have given me this one. She's led me astray.
Couple of hours to go now before a real customer comes in for a real haircut. Andrew's a bit peeved to get me salon ready. To do 2 years' experience to cram that into about 2.5 hours was already quite tough. Now we've missed an hour of it. He underestimates my skills. I can learn 2 years' worth of stuff in an hour. Easy. You watch this. So we're on to a new head, Andrew.
We are.
Have we dumped Mrs. Head 1?
She's gone. Just to introduce you to Sonia Newcomb. OK, Sonia, Rhod, over.
Yeah.
Okay.
With time slipping away, Andrew brought in Laugh-A-Minute Sonia, his top agent, to speed things up.
Slide the comb through. Yeah, can you see the gap I'm making?
Yeah.
Just pull the hair apart.
Right.
Nice clean section.
Fillet. Okay.
Yeah, do you want to have a go?
I'll have a go. Slide it down. Come on, we've only got an hour and a half. Get on it.
I knew we were in trouble. This rubber head was still a million miles off. My customer with a real head wasn't that far away. I still had loads to learn, and I just couldn't get Laugh-A-Minute Sonia to take things seriously.
Never put your tongue.
Right, that's a good rule.
Right. Please do not whistle. No. I don't think so. We've just sterilised it and you shove it in your pocket.
My first and only appointment. She's waiting, but I can't start on her hair. I really need to have done a whole haircut on a plastic head before I move on to a human one.
No, down.
God.
Straight. Let's leave this bit home.
It's that hour and 10 minutes we lost, you see. It's creating the problem.
I am feeling under pressure, certainly, but...
And the pressure was starting to take its toll.
Oh, I've cut myself again. Just tap the key. Great. How long before she comes in?
How am I going to do this now with this in there?
The atmosphere was getting seriously strained. I was losing blood. Andrew was losing patience. Sonia was losing her sense of humour. Real Head was running out of magazines. So before everyone lost their heads, Andrew decided it was time.
What do you think?
The shirt looks salon ready.
Does it say hairdresser?
I think it does.
Does it say senior stylist?
Yeah.
It's fortunate because it's pretty much the only shirt I've got.
Yeah. The haircut is...
So it's all about?
paramount.
Fine.
OK, lovely.
The haircut is paramount. Let's go meet the poor sod, shall we?
The poor sod was called Claire, or Real Head for short.
Hello. Nice to meet you. I'm your stylist for today. Things might be a little bit different today, and I've only been cutting hair for about 2.5 hours. Sorry to have kept you waiting.
Not only was Real Head one of Andrew's best clients, she was also his ruddy sister-in-law.
Now then, what would you like done today? I should warn you, I've only got one haircut in my repertoire. Happy?
Yeah.
Good. Right, I think we'll get you over to the backwash. Now then.
Right, Sonia's going to go through this to start with.
See, I don't think I can do that. I don't think I can massage somebody's head.
Step to the side. Hand over.
I don't like it.
You look like you're in pain.
I am in pain. Ah! Sorry. It's not you, it's me.
Shampooing Real Head was a disaster. As I'd learned earlier, gungy intimacy is kryptonite to me.
This is so stressful, it's unbelievable.
Please don't be negative to your clients, it's lovely.
I'm not being negative, I just feel like I'd rather stick my hand in a box full of bugs. I don't know, I've got this thing, this intimacy thing, this thing of just... I'll be all right with the cutting, I'm a cutter, is my strength. I keep saying I'm a cutter. I don't know what it is, I need help. I need therapy, basically.
Maybe it was showing Sonia my vulnerable underbelly. Maybe it was the hot water, but something changed. Sonia's ice caps melted, and we bonded as we lathered Real Head together.
Should I do that bit, do you think?
No, as your assistant, I would do this for you.
Would you?
Yes.
I'm just waiting for my assistant to comb through the leave-in conditioner to make it easier for me, senior stylist Rhod Gilbert, to cut. Brought in a senior stylist to get the baseline in, so we get that all-important first cut. very good.
Remember that angle all the time. Think about that angle that you're dropping it down. And then if I give you back your tools, you won't see me again now till you finish cutting. Okay?
Everybody relax.
I don't quite know what to do still. I'll plough on for a minute. Almost poked the scissors straight through the back of your head. Petit à petit, l'oiseau fait son nid.
Didn't know you spoke French.
There's a lot you don't know about me, Sonia. I've lost the line here completely.
No, sorry. Let me just show you.
I've lost the plot.
Sonia was doing her best with me, but I was struggling, especially with the hairdresser banter.
What's your favourite food?
Roast dinner.
Roast dinner?
Roast beef dinner, yes.
Do you have it often?
Do you play tennis?
No.
What's your favourite day of the week, would you say? Do you like Tuesdays? I'll get away with one.
Despite Sonia's guidance, we were now 2 hours in. Cutting hair the Rhod Gilbert way was life-sappingly tedious.
Fortunate to have such a patient client.
I really need a break. My feet are killing me, my back's hurting. The concentration is exhausting. I need a time out for a minute.
Claire's ringing somebody to pick her kids up because they've been at this bloody haircut so long that kids have been to school and now they're ready to come home.
If Claire had been made of rubber like Mrs. Head, I'd have given up long ago. But she was a fussy customer and insisted I cut the other side of her head too.
I think I am putting the finishing touches on this. Partly because I think I've finished, and partly because I just can't do it anymore.
So have a look.
How long has that taken?
4 hours.
4 hours.
Looking at it when it's wet and going through it with a comb, I'd say you're on an 8 out of 10. You're worn out now, so we'll get Sonia to blow dry. However good Sonia is at blow drying, if this haircut isn't good, she's not going to be able to put it.
Don't make excuses for Sonia. If she can't hair dry properly and she must mucks up this 8 out of 10 and it goes down, that's her fault.
Yeah, well, we'll hope.
Thank you, Sonia. You stuff this up. I will literally kill you. You've got to want to do it. You've got to love hair. You've got to be excited about the creativity. You've got to be excited about coming into work. And the people here are. They're excited and they love doing it, but I don't want to. I don't love it enough.
Claire had first walked through the door some 5 hours earlier. I'd given her a classic bob, all right, but by the time I'd finished, it was no longer in fashion.
I think it's great. So, you remember the state of you when you came in? Look at that.
It's great.
Yeah. I'm impressed.
Here.
I am. Yeah.
You've done a really good job. And I think I have to give it, for the time that you've been hairdressing, I think we go into a 9.
A 9.
A 9, which you can't ask for better than that.
No. Well, you could.
Yeah, but you ain't going to get that, are you?
Oh, yeah, look at this. Look at the journey.
From that...
Look at the journey.
To that... to Claire's hair.
That's the journey. You could have ended up like that one.
Well done, mate.
Thanks very much.
Good job.
I'm very happy with that. Tell your friends.
Yeah.
I'd done it. I'd cut Claire's hair, and she didn't look like a rissole. I felt like I could do anything and decided now was the time to face my demons head on. I went for a full-body massage.
Is it anyone's job to lie on a heated bed and have oils rubbed into them? If it is, that's Series 2, Episode 1.